Hello, everybody, and welcome to Slingy's Daredevils, where we spotlight leaders who are elevating our community through tech. And today we are speaking specifically on how to elevate the tech community because we're speaking with Dawn from the Technology Association of Louisville, or TALK. So, Dawn, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to teach some people about what talk, or maybe talk about talk, as we joked about earlier. So to jump on in, what is the Technology Association of Louisville, and what do y'all do?
Yes, so the talk has been around since actually 2013 was when we formed. We officially became a nonprofit in February of 2014. So 2013 we formed, and then 2014 we were official. And we have a mission of economic and workforce development. So we're really here to educate and train people, right, and help them find jobs. And that can be the whole gamut from kindergarten through 12th grade all the way through to adult, and then people that are mid-career, as well as people who are at the senior level and looking for what's next, right? So we do actually touch all of those levels. And the Tech Council, basically we have very specific missions of advocacy and public policy. So we do work in Washington in partnership with other organizations. And then we are involved in STEAM curriculum, which is science, technology, engineering, art, and math for youth. And we say K through 12, kindergarten through 12th grade.
Right.
We are involved in education as it relates to, we have monthly programs. We also have special events. And then we also assist in other areas as needed in workforce development. Particularly right now, we're doing training as we speak in cybersecurity for adults in small businesses trying to take their resources and apply them without having to have a very large budget.
Yeah. So basically, what do you not do? I think it's easier to ask.
Well, of course, our focus is on tech. We are independent. Right. We are a nonprofit, and we're one of 60 plus tech councils. So we really refer to ourselves as a tech council. We are educational in nature. And I would say that, in our lives now, everything touches tech. So in some sense, we are affecting almost every area of someone's life cycle.
It's great to hear that you guys are focusing on education, not just in one specific area, but since everybody is a learner from the time they start school until they retire, it's really nice to see that you guys are trying to help out throughout the entire process. So next question, as the founder of TALK, what led you to decide you wanted to create something like this, and why specifically in tech, workforce, and economic development?
I believe, I've had a long, an interesting career where I've participated in various groups. And so at one point I was involved in the Women in Tech group, and then I have been active in other organizations that try to push our community forward.
Right.
And so I would say that there was a return from one of the women that I had been active on various committees in tech. She returned to Louisville, Debbie Davidson, and her and I got together and we determined that the community needed a tech council. And so we got together and talked with the city a little bit about doing this and some of the powers that be. And we were able to put together the beginning of what is now our tech council. And we're also very active at the national level, I mentioned, with TechNet, Tech Councils of North America. So we're part of a bigger picture. But I guess the main reason I got to the point where I felt like it was time to give back and also to involve others in the process of how can we use technology to grow our city. What we were able to do, which I'm very proud of, is in 2017, we were able to put in the cyber curriculum from what was called NYSERC, a federal agency, but is now called cyber.org. A lot easier to remember.
Yeah.
And so in our state, this is still kind of rolling out amongst the school districts, and the idea that we need to put more emphasis on STEAM and tech training at the K through 12 level has really, developed some momentum. And so we're active with groups like code.org and even the University of Louisville and so forth in processes and areas where training can really make a difference.
Yeah, that's great to hear that not only are you helping the Louisville community, but you're working to help everybody. Like I said earlier, what are you guys not doing at this point? So you've basically answered my question of how are you guys supporting the tech community? It's through education, it's through policy, it's through a lot of effort from you guys. So could you talk a little bit more about maybe how someone that's listening could get involved? What would be the benefit of them working within or through the Technology Association of Louisville?
So we are doing some STEAM curriculum training, and we've worked with a program called Tech Girls, where anyone who has baseline knowledge in technology, even if you're just using tech for your home use, you can get involved and teach youth, particularly middle school. And then we are going to be teaching an entrepreneurship camp at Brown School, starting in a little bit in the spring in March. About $300 for our talk membership. And this, you can go onto our website and join that way, or you can contact someone you've met at the Tech Council level from a meeting, and then we can add you to our mailing list as well as to our membership. And then that gives you access also to participate in the Techna fly-in, which will take you to Washington. And if you've never been to DC, and seen the congressional approaches and talk to your congressmen as well as your senators, this is an opportunity. It's really an opportunity to touch base and see the bigger picture. If you have interest in public policy and advocacy, we can, work with you in getting state and national contacts that will be useful, to push some of the tech conversations forward. And of course, like privacy right now is a big focus. Cybersecurity is a big focus. Youth education in tech is a big focus. So, we encourage people to come with ideas, right? So if they have an idea of something that needs to be, pushed forward or advocated for, or they want to see more information on our monthly meetings in a certain area, then we will be open to finding those types of speakers and bring them in. So we're kind of at a great point for, cohesion and interaction.
Yeah.
And then just looking, always looking at what's next or how can we make a difference. I think that's what makes the talk, community really impressive, is that people come forward and want to participate. We have a talk board. It's another way to get involved. So every February we open to new potential members on our board. You don't have to be, a deep techie. You could be in technical sales, or you could be an attorney that works with technology companies. Various types of people get involved on our board. We try to prioritize 2 or 3 important things every year. And right now the youth training has become, very critical to our community, as well as the cybersecurity piece. And then the events that we do. The Tech Fest is a big event. It's done every other year. And so that is a big focus. So it's a good time for people to engage. We can also just have them involved in the Tech Fest committee for speakers, sponsors, organization, and, get that shaped between now and August. So it's a short run for someone who says, well, I want to get involved, but I don't want to, have to do something every month of the year. For specific cybersecurity professionals, we encourage them to come to our annual cybersecurity summit, which is held usually the second week in June. And this year it'll be June 16th.
Yeah, well, that is perfect place to wrap it up today. Dawn, thank you so much for jumping on and teaching everybody a little bit more about talk. Thank you, listeners, for hanging out with myself and Slingy and watching this episode. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next episode. Bye, y'all.
All right. Well, thank you. And don't forget to look at talklou.com.
Oh, talklou.com. I may put it on my screen.
Yes.
We'll see if I'm good at editing or not.